Jason Roberts writes subject music question. Hey crew, Jason Roberts here. What are some of your favorite musical artists, and have you guys listened to bands like Korn and Slipknot? A Mexican wrestler must be addicto a la hoja. So let's suspend this guy permanently for that.
Okay, yeah, right off the bat, boom.
Definitely didn't slip that one through, Jason.
Well, you were supposed to monitor these, Joe. Obviously, you have.
I don't think you'd be able to.
I don't speak Spanish.
Right. I don't think
I listened to Korn a little bit when they were hot.
Yeah, but some other ones have gotten through that we had to suspend. Go ahead.
You need to get the Rosetta Stone and start becoming proficient in more languages. Our boy Adam DeMoy, the Tony Schiavone. What do we call the if he's like the one investigating Tony Schiavone, you're like keeping tabs on him.
Right.
He's definitely the head of the committee for sure.
The committee to keep Tony Schiavone in check. Yeah. Adam DeMoy, the subject is Curtain Call 2.0. I don't know if you watched All Ego Wrestling this week, but they had a cage match between some mid-card factions. And anyway, after the negative 5-star match, Adam DeMoy hates AEW. I think he hates AEW because
I was
Tony
just going to say, I wonder if he hates it this much, or if he
he hates me just
with
Tony, just Tony.
Yeah.
The two factions shook hands and celebrated how awesome they are, taking weapons to the head or something. Anyway, to kill the suspension of disbelief for the 10 kids that were in attendance, basically Curtain Call 2.0. Why does Tony Khan let his real-life dolls walk all over him with stupid spots like this? P.S. Daniel Garcia isn't half the dancer as the greatest WCW television champion of all time, Disco Inferno. I would agree with the P.S. I would not agree with this other stuff.
I think the greatest dancer to me was Alex Wright. And then
why is that?
Because he was a better dancer than you. And I would put in there second. I did like the moves. And second, I would like to put in there Kid Romeo.
Oh, my God. Next is Daniel Taeyong, and the subject is
okay. Let me ask you a question. So the teams was the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club. Is that Blackpool Combat Club? Why are they shaking hands? Why don't you? Here's my thing.
I have no idea,
bro. Okay, let me just tell you my take on this. Right? Why don't you wait and go and do it in the dressing room? Why do you got to be doing that in front of the fans and marking out and going, "Oh wow, they had a great match and they respect each other"? Keep the heat going. Leave somebody laying and go to the dressing room, then say have a good match. Would you disagree with that, Disco Joe?
No.
I would not disagree with that, no. But I would disagree with Alex Wright because I think Tokyo Magnum was probably the best.
Tokyo Magnum was a good one too. I would put Tokyo. Oh, here's the other one, and this one was way better than Disco and better looking. What was the lady's name that danced with Dusty Rhodes?
Oh,
Sapphire.
Sapphire, yes.
Sapphire, yeah.
Sapphire, yes. She could get her boogie on, and the boogie woogie man Jimmy Ballion. Ooh New York City. Talk about the girl. Remember that guy?
Yes. Next is from Daniel Taeyong. His subject is Austin Theory. Greetings, K100. This is Dan from Maryland. Wonder if you guys think the Theory needs a more aggressive character. I think the guy has all the tools to be a top guy, but I feel he needs to be more violent, aggressive heel to get to the next level. I love the show and keep the good work. He needs an angle. He needs a personal issue with somebody. He's a U.S. title holder. And I hope they do this. I hope LA Knight comes out of this mix, and him and Austin Theory do 4 to 6 weeks of TV lead up to a title match at a pay-per-view.
It'll be great. Great promos, great matches.
Yes.
Right.
Good verbal exchanges and stuff, Go ahead.
It's almost like LA Knight is an older version of Austin Theory. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he's like he's like a
smart ass.
And he's 40, and Austin Theory's 24. It's a good promo of like an adult talking to a kid.
Yeah.
Bro, it can be
not that he needs it. Not that he needs it. But could you imagine those two as a tag team?
Bro, everything works with them.
Yeah.
You guys probably saw this, but it says here that Ray's going to wrestle Escobar, and then the winner is going to face Theory at SummerSlam. So he's got something brewing. It's just getting started, though.
Got time. Got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, they could just, literally, he had a 2-minute spot on the show where he came out and cut a promo, and it was great. Just that's all he needed. Just keep it alive, right? Yeah. So next is some Harry Ruiz. Do you have the soundbite? You'll have that for this, right? Joe.
And Vino Veritas?
No, for the Harry
Oh,
Ruiz.
Harry's. Yeah, I had it after him.
We'll always
Yeah.
play the call of the Raiders call.
Yeah.
Harry Ruiz is a Spanish announcer for the Vegas Raiders, and he's a fan of the show and a Patreon member. So, subject is Larry Dallas, very disrespectful. An email I shared with you 3 weeks ago, I said, Disco, Larry Dallas has been very disrespectful, and that disrespect shouldn't be tolerated, unquote. It's true. He did say that. Since then, he has missed an appearance on the show and got drunk on another episode where he bashed DI. Larry Dallas has been a commentator for AAA pay-per-views since February 2022. It's a whole year and a half. Wow. 10 AAA pay-per-views that people can watch on Fight TV in English. I'll give him and Larry credit. They're way better than all the other English pairings of recent memory. But for him to come on at you and be the defender of Lucha Libre, when absolutely nobody in Mexico besides the people who pay him know about him, give me a break. Hugo, he's an authorized voice. Larry, he's been a color commentator for what, 5 years total? And it's not like he's working every weekend. Even acknowledging previous K100 episodes, he doesn't watch AAA weekly TV because it's not available in the U.S. But, fun fact, anyone in the world can watch them on YouTube a couple weeks after they air. Mispronouncing names after being with the company for a year and a half? No bueno.
This is like a commentary war.
This is an excellent email from Harry Ruiz. Conan, what's your thought? Excellent email from Harry Ruiz so far. Would you agree with that?
So far, yep.
The Lucha Libre segment has been entertaining, but I won't stand for a drunk dude to come on and bash Disco because he doesn't agree with Larry. Heck, I don't agree with Disco half the time he's on the show. But this show is my favorite go-to listen every day, and I never disrespect DI the way Larry did just because I don't agree with him. My question is, while listening to the show, I felt like drunk Larry was a whiny little you-know-what like KG. Did you think the same? I thought 100%. It was worse. I thought it was worse than KG. Yeah. Because KG...
100%. Angrier.
Yeah, but at least KG was never drunk on the show. That was a problem.
And KG would slyly, in a roundabout way, try to bury with me and think that I wouldn't figure it out. Larry just came straight up and just called me, call me names. Yeah. So, right. So,
wait a minute.
That was the difference.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of that was comparable with KG was when Conan was given him for his AAA English commentary performance, and KG like really came back at him. Like that was the only thing that I think was close to.
Making excuses.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He did. He got very offensive, and people even called him out on it, which I buried him for later, and he got even more.
That was one of his final segments.
Yeah, the best one was when we brought in one of the. What were those brothers' name?
Christ?
The Christ brothers, yeah. One of the Christ
Yeah, and he gave a first-hand account of all the shenanigans he'd been doing. And what a coincidence. Since then, because he was a big fan, super fan, their friend, their brothers, positive mental attitude, he got fired from the Juggalos, and they buried him in an interview. Then he was... That is true.
Literally everybody that was speaking positively of the guy turned on.
Right.
I don't know if there's anybody left.
Right.
Like
then he
even
went.
Joey Janela wouldn't put him over after he got
right.
And GCW got rid of him too, right? GCW.
Then he was in GCW. He was their boys. They got rid of him too.
Every supporter, bro. Even Trump has a better record than that of supporters that just finally just said, "I'm not done with this guy." Even he still has some people left there loyal.
Even as contemptible as Trump is to me and has done a lot of contemptible things, there's something funny about him, and he's just a charming guy, and you're just like, he'd be a cool guy to hang out with. Because, bro, think about Donald Trump. Super millionaire, super famous, likes girls, likes to eat, doesn't give a you know what I'm saying? Likes UFC, sports, likes wrestling.
Huge Yankees fan.
He's a guy.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? He is.
Yeah,
you know, he did some stupid, but he is. That's a good guy to hang out in New York with. Like who doesn't know Trump? Even before he was president, he was a celebrity there.
Next is from Jimmy, and the subject is Joe. Oh, this is interesting. Joe's performance review.
Oh, no, we can
Hey, guys. No, we can't. Hey, guys. In a recent episode, Joe alluded to the fact that he did not know what he wanted to do for his next business venture and seemed pretty happy with just doing what he was doing. I found that rather complacent and borderline lazy, especially for someone that is often referred to as the Philly entrepreneur. Knowing that mid-year evaluations are taking place across companies, are you all going to write his performance as a meets, achieves, or more likely a needs improvement? Should he be on a developmental plan? And if so, what would it be? And does he need a mentor? You guys are great, and thanks for the childhood memories. Conan, I've decided, this is not a bad idea. I think that I'm going to write up a performance review of Joe and read it on the show next week. Do you think, and see what you guys think? Do you think there would be good content?
If you remember to do it, I would love to hear it.
Are you capable of accepting bribes? Do bribes work on that, or anything?
No, there'll be no bribe. No, this will be a completely unbiased, fair. One thing I'm very fair, bro. I wasn't even fair to Gil. Like Kevin Gil, would even say you were fair to him. Very fair to him, right? So it's going to be a very fair performance review.
I'm very.
But I'll be honest with you, Joe. It's not going to be very good, to be honest.
Wow.
Does not meet expectations.
Next is from Elmer Feeney, and the subject is favorite hero.
That's not.
Hey guys,
Elmer Feeney. Where did that start?
Elmer Feeney here. My daddy just started letting me watch some movies, and my favorite kind are superhero movies. Which hero is your favorite? Mine is a certain hero who's played by Wesley Snipes in a trilogy, but for some reason I can't remember their names right now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you can say I'm addicted to this hero. If you can please help me to remember this superhero name, I'm really addicted to him. Thanks for
this?
This is Elmer Feeney's banned permanently.
Yeah. Yeah, you said something a couple of weeks ago about how if I had a son, I should name him Elmer or something, and it caught on. So
next is
clearly that was a reference to something he shouldn't be referencing. Oh,
this is Jason Roberts again. For some reason, the same email showed up twice. So banned. Oh, yeah. This is interesting. From Roberto Corbo, subject is soccer to overtake baseball.
This has been a record banning, by the way. At least 6 people.
I think it's a record mailbag too.